It's me, Ruthie! Guys, kakauwi-uwi ko lang po at talaga namang sobrang excited ako na i-share sa inyo. Kaya naman gumawa agad ako ng video. Nag-announce po si Honorable Sean Fraser. Siya po ang Minister ng IRCC or yung Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship. Kabilang po sa 13 na countries, guys. Isa po ang Pilipinas sa pinalad na 280 pesos lang, guys, or 7 Canadian dollars ay makakapag-apply na po kayo papuntang Canada. Pero, meron po yung mga conditions. Kaya naman, di na ako magpapatumpik-tumpik pa. Sabay-sabay nating pakinggan yung ni-record ko kanina habang nasa biyahe ako na announcement.
But today we announced a major change to visa policy in Canada, including visa-free travel for citizens of 13 different countries, provided that they have a valid American visa or that they have been to Canada on a valid visa within the past 10 years. These are people who are known travelers to us that we want to facilitate in terms of their opportunity to come again. The new process will cost only $7, and it usually just takes a few minutes. You can apply on your phone, but you won't be required to go through the ordinary visa application process. This is going to be far cheaper, far faster, and our experience suggests that we will see a major increase in the number of people who come as tourists, want to be reunited with family members for a visit, or potentially want to come to do business in Canada. This is very exciting stuff, and to see that the Filipino community is going to have access to this new and exciting policy change is something I think we can all celebrate.
Yeah, actually, I have a friend in the Philippines who messaged me about it, and she was so excited and about the visa-free entry to Canada. But I told her this is for people who have been who have visited the country for the past 10 years already. It's not for people who are going to come here for the first time, right? Let's just be clear about that, Minister.
Yeah, that's right. This is for people who either have a visa within the past 10 years to Canada or have a valid American visa. However, if a person comes for the first time, going forward, they will be able to access this new program, provided they came to Canada and respected all of the rules during their stay. This is also going to free up a lot of processing capacity. Our experience when we tried this on a pilot basis with Brazil in 2017 was that we saw an enormous increase in the number of people who came, but far, far fewer applications came into the system. So it will also benefit people who are maybe coming for the first time or people from other countries that don't benefit, because we'll be able to process those visas faster now that we won't have to process the visas for people who are known travelers to Canada, whether they've come here or to the United States.
It will really be a very big help because sometimes it takes months and years in order to visit Canada. And instead of a visa, an actual visa, what will they need, the people who will be traveling here?
So this is a simple electronic document. There's other countries in the world that we don't require a visa from that would have access to this particular program. So you simply go on the internet, you fill out the forms, you attach whatever documents are required, and you will receive essentially a digital travel document. You'll receive confirmation that you have completed the process and that you'll have an electronic travel authorization. That's what it's called.
The ETA.
Electronic
Yes.
Travel Authorization. And you'll receive that electronically shortly after you fill out the application on the internet. It really only takes a few minutes. And once you fill out the application, you will have an electronic version of the document that will be in our system and will permit you to enter Canada.
Oh, wow. So it's easy, it's fast, and only costs about, what, $7 to apply?
It's $7. Just to put that into perspective, a current application fee is about $100 plus a biometric fee of $85. And most people travel with family members, so it could be hundreds and hundreds of dollars as it exists today. And to see that we changed the process to do it very cheaply for $7 and to turn it around in a few minutes rather than weeks or months, this is going to be a very positive change, and I'm very excited about it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for including the Philippines, that the 13 countries that you're giving this opportunity to.
Look, it's my pleasure, and I don't do it just because I have an affinity for the Philippines. I do it because...
You're not even Filipino!
Yeah, but I still very much enjoy Filipino culture and think that even in my own community in rural Nova Scotia, the Filipino community is growing fast and working in healthcare, working for local businesses, and making a major positive difference. I've seen it with my own eyes. And to see that we can expand access to this program, I think is going to serve Canada well, not just be a nice thing for our friends from the Philippines.
That's good. That's good. Minister, if you have a little bit more time, can I ask you about immigration applications right now? Is there a backlog? How's the backlog, if there is?
Yeah, so we've made incredible progress in terms of getting our processing time back to where they were before the pandemic. For those who may not be aware, when we shut the border down to protect the public against COVID-19, we continued to receive immigration applications. If you add on to the challenges when about 2 years worth of applications built up, that we saw with more applications coming in through our special programs for Afghanistan and then Ukraine, you come to realize that there was enormous pressure about a year and a half ago facing the system that dramatically slowed down our processes. The good news is, because we've hired about 1,600 new employees, because we have adopted new technologies, and because we've changed the way we do things from a regulatory point of view, we've been able to dramatically speed up the process. So we now, for family reunification, are back to the 1 year we enjoyed before the pandemic. For express entry into the federal streams, we're back to the 6-month standard we enjoyed before the pandemic. For work permits and study permits, we're back to about the 60-day standard that we enjoyed before the pandemic. There's a little bit of work left to do on visitors' visas. That is a result of policies like the one we announced today. We expect over the course of the summer that we're going to get back to that 30-day standard for people who still require a visa, which of course won't include these known travelers from the Philippines, but it's still very important. So from my perspective, the processing challenges we faced and the backlogs that were very present a year ago are more or less back to the way they were before COVID-19 was something we heard of. And this is exciting news because we've essentially restored the proper functioning of the immigration system.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for those updates. And statistics-wise, may we know which are the top countries now whose citizens immigrate to Canada? Because used to be one of those top countries would be Philippines, but how about now?
That's right. That's still very much the case. So just so you know, the Philippines is a top 5 country when it comes to new permanent residents. When it comes to study permits, I think they're actually the top 3. And when it comes to temporary foreign workers, they're within the top 4. So across our different streams for study, for work, or for people who come and want to move permanently, the Philippines is consistently in the top 3 to 5. We do see significant applications coming in from South Asia, India in particular. We see significant applications coming from China through different programs, but the Philippines remains at or near the very top of the list across a wide variety of immigration programs.
Paano kayo mag-a-apply? Ito lang po ang inyong gagawin. Iko-complete nyo lang daw po ang form and pay for your ETA. Kailangan nyo ng valid passport, valid email address, at credit card para mabayaran nyo yung $7 na fee. Next ay makikita nyo dyan sa baba yung apply for an ETA. I-click nyo lang po yan. Andyan na lahat ng mga important reminders, 1 person at a time. Print your receipt, email updates and approval, saka extend your session pag kailangan nyo pa ng more time. Click nyo ulit yan, final instructions to apply for an ETA. Tatanungin kayo, do you have a passport issued by France? Syempre, no. Guys, basahin nyo po yung information na yan kung paano nyo daw po fill upan or i-enter ang inyong passport information para hindi kayo magkamali. Continue to ETA form. Yan na. Diyan na po kayo mag-fill up ng inyong application. That's it! Ano pang hinihintay nyo? Anyways, thank you guys for watching and always be positive and thank God for all the blessings!